The color today, modern gray. That rhymed. And the company is Sherwin-Williams. This is Hue Review, so I'm gonna start reviewing it. Whether you like it or not. Graders, my gray haters. I'm James, this is the Paint People. If you're new here, we do videos all about painting, decorating, color, and color theory. Quite a bit, but it's all kind of in that same niche, so that's what's important. Today's sponsor is us. ThePaintPeople.com is your go-to destination for quality paint and paint supplies. One of our standout features is our ability to create any color from all major paint brands. And the best part, we deliver across the US and Canada. Visit our website today and discover a world of colors, quality, and convenience. And as a thank you for supporting us on YouTube, use coupon code JAMES5 for 5% off your order. Hue Review is my way of reviewing a paint color. I'm gonna give you the vibe of it. I'm gonna tell you how usable and flexible and versatile it is. And then I'll tell you whether I would actually use it. Because I think some people actually want to know where I draw the line in the sand. This gray sand that is modern gray. And actually, right before I get into this color review, I'm gonna give you some alternatives from other companies because I know not a lot of people, they're stuck using Sherwin-Williams. Stuck. You're not stuck using any paint company. I think a lot of companies are doing some good things in the industry. Sherwin-Williams being one of the best. If for whatever reason, maybe your painter likes using Valspar or they just are really into Faro and Ball because they're bougie, great. These are going to be close alternatives to modern gray. They're not going to be spot-on matches. The only way to get modern gray perfectly is to get it tinted in Sherwin-Williams paint. So just wanted to let you know that. But anyway, modern gray. What's the vibe? What's this color about? Tell me, James. Okay, I will. I almost want to rename this color contemporary gray. Not to get too technical, but modern to me is more mid-century modern, which is like 50 years ago. A contemporary gray is more current, and I feel that modern gray has that up-to-date flair to it because it's not your traditional gray. It's not a cooler leaning concrete color. It has warmth to it. It has a little bit of earthiness. It's more of a stone gray that I think is nice. And it combines maybe a dash of beige, but more so a brown warmth. You know what? It's actually like the chocolate cold foam at Starbucks, if you're cool enough to know what that is. Kind of has that feel to it. Almost a very light taupe gray. How light, you ask? Well, guess what? 62 LRV. For my new viewers, LRV stands for light reflectance value. This is the percentage of light that a color reflects. The higher that number, the closer it is to 100, the brighter and lighter and closer to white it'll appear. 62 is kind of in that upper half, but just barely. It's actually a great place to be as a wall color. 60, 65, anything between that. It's a great choice for interior walls because it's not going to feel too light or too dark in most situations, and that's a good thing. Modern gray is also a very popular color amongst Sherwin-Williams people and circles, and it's also been used in a lot of color collections, including the top 50 colors, the 2024 Pottery Barn collection, a couple of color mix color trends forecasts from this year and then a couple years ago. So it's been popular for a while and it's still kind of in the limelight. Take that with a grain of salt, but what you're getting here is a neutral that does a great job of being transitional. A bit of gray, a bit of that warm, light, chocolatey brown, like milk chocolate, not dark chocolate. Essentially a very, very light taupe, or dare I say, a grouge. A bit of a rougey brown gray color. Let's talk versatility. How usable is this color? Can you use it in a number of design styles and situations? Or is it very focused and just kind of one thing polarized? Probably gonna have to repaint it next year. In terms of interior use, I would give modern gray a high versatility. I think because of the fact that it toes the line between warm and cool, it doesn't have really polarizing undertones that people get the ick from. It just feels very balanced and settled. I think there's a number of cases where you can use this color, especially if you're a little more contemporary in your design style. It could still work in a more traditional design sense, but I do see it feeling up to date. And I actually think it would be nice if you dress it up with warmer colors surrounding it, especially in the form of texture, like wood of varying levels of coloration and depth. Whether it's lighter or darker, I think it's gonna work. On the exterior side of things, I would probably give modern gray a high-mid versatility. I think modern gray maybe leans a little bit light for my exterior preference. I like having my outside colors to have a little more depth and body rather than just feeling a bit washed out. That being said, it's balanced really well for exterior use. I think it's a color you could absolutely use in a number of situations, either on the main body, could be the garage color, probably not the front door color. I almost wish that it maybe had closer to a 50 LRV rather than 63, just to give it a little more oomph. when used on an exterior surface. Okay, before I get to my verdict on this color, I'm going to give you some color pairings because I know a lot of people have been asking for maybe an off-white that goes well with this color or just a different color, maybe something a bit darker or lighter, give you other options. So my white pairing would be Snowbound. I think this is a wonderful color. It's crisp. It has a slight bit of gray, but not to the point where it's going to feel blue leaning. It just has a lovely composition that is extremely usable, especially as a trim and baseboard color. So if you're going with modern gray walls, probably go with Snowbound on that trim. And if you wanted a different color that was maybe a bit darker compared to modern gray, Sticks and Stones would be my choice. You may notice that this color doesn't look all that gray. And that's because it has more richness and depth, and you're getting a little more of that brown aspect rather than the gray. I picked this to sort of exemplify what modern gray can do. You can kind of lean into the gray aspect a bit more, or go in the opposite direction of taupe and go a little more warm brown. So it's interesting how you can do that with these transitional neutrals. Okay, pairings done. What do I think? What's my verdict? Where would modern gray go on the palette pyramid? How would I use this color? Is it a main color you can use everywhere? Is it more of a support color to sort of help be a secondary choice to an otherwise maybe lighter neutral on the walls? Or is it an accent color? Is it going to be one of those finishing touch colors along the bottom of the pyramid? This to me is a main color. It is absolutely a great choice if you wanted a color for the main parts of your home on the interior side of things. So if you wanted a hallway color to just go through the larger open areas, or even if you just wanted to go with one paint color and just paint it everywhere, modern gray would be a great choice, I think, in a lot of circumstances. So that's how I would use it. But would I? I would. I think because of that duality, the gray, the brown, that bit of a light taupey feel, there is a lot you can do with this color. There's a lot of places you can put it and it's going to work. I don't have currently a lot of gray happening in my home, but if I did, it would probably be a gray like this. Just a bit earthy, a bit of a stone gray. It follows that through line of organic materials and textures and earthiness that I really gravitate towards, either in the green side of things or the beige, light wood side of things, or the stone side of things, which this kind of feels like a bit of a stone gray, which I think is nice. So that's a review. At the end of the week, I'm going to give you a palette pyramid, a full-on 6-color palette utilizing one of the colors I reviewed this week. If you want to see a modern gray palette pyramid, let me know in the comment section down below. And we have another video right over here.